Good morning, everyone, and hello, and welcome to Walk Talk with Frank. So I am walking this time today. This is episode 5, and it is called Quitting is for Winners. And I'm going to get into... Sorry. I just swallowed air the wrong way. Sorry about that. Let's rewind. So I'm going to get into the topic in a second. I've only recorded in this area once before for something else. So I just hope that the service is okay, and I hope it's quiet enough. It better be quiet. God, no. I was about to be like, I'm watching you, but he's probably like, I'm watching you, little boy. Okay, hopefully it's not too bad. And there's been a lot of runners this morning in my beginning area that I walk. Anyway. So I came across... Okay, just want to make sure I don't want to get hit. So I came across this cool quote. I'd never seen it before, but I guess it's been around for at least a few years, and that is quitting is for winners. And I wanted to research a little bit more on what people were talking about, because I know to just hear that phrase up front for certain people, that I believe that could kind of be a trigger. You know, if someone's feeling suicidal, they may take that phrase the wrong way, because under quitting is for winners, it said quit when things suck. And like I said, they could believe that life sucks and like, okay, bye. But that's not what I want to promote or advertise through this. So I'm going to talk about a couple situations where quitting would be the right thing to do. And I have good personal experience with that myself. With all the things that I've done in life, I've pursued a lot of different things, and a lot of them weren't the right things. Just realized my volume wasn't that high. Sorry about that. Okay, so one situation would be, the first one that I think about that a lot of people can relate to is certain relationships that you may enter. One of my first relationships, we tried so many times. I mean, we were on and off about 30, 40 times. We really tried everything to make it work. A fun fact about me is that I put a lot of effort into my relationships. And I just feel like I lost my train of thought. I feel like when you're in certain relationships, that you can only do so much with certain individuals, and if you don't leave those certain individuals for a long time, you end up staying with someone for years. I don't want to say you're wasting time, but you're not able to connect with someone else who could be a better match. And I'm not saying, just keep breaking up with people until you believe that you have a match. What I'm saying is that if something is really toxic, but you feel like that you need to stay, don't. You're much better than that. And if it's something that you feel stuck in, I would try to do some research to get out of that situation. Some people stay 10, 20 years with people because of kids or because they're married or whatever reasons. And I feel like that we can't use those reasons anymore, because those people that are holding us back from who we really are and who are deferring certain things about us, I feel like we need to decide to walk away from those situations, and we need to not be judged. And that was another thing I wanted to get into that prevented me from walking away from certain things not as quickly. Like, I would stay in things for quite a while because of what other people thought. I think that's a big thing for all of us. We stay in things because we're afraid of what other people are going to think. And another example that I have felt that feeling is when what I've gone to school for and the jobs that I've worked. You know, I ended up staying in those two things much longer than maybe I necessarily wanted to. And because I was just worried people were going to judge me or think less of me, that I'm not good enough or that I'm just this quitter. And there is like this big stigma around like well, no one should ever quit. And that's just not true. Like, there's certain things. Now, don't quit something because it's necessarily like hard or difficult. Like I wouldn't quit. For example, I've really been studying YouTube stuff, and I will admit it gets frustrating. I'm not this YouTube expert on videos and editing. I only know very basic stuff. It gets very frustrating when you're working and you just keep being unsuccessful, and I completely get that. But I'm not going to quit that just because it's hard, you know, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But there's certain things that you're doing in life maybe that you're not loving, you're miserable, but you feel like you need to stay in it, and that's just not true. That's what I wanted to remind people about, that you don't have to stay with a specific person. You don't have to stay at a certain job for so many years. We are much more free than we give ourselves credit for. So yeah, like I mean, I've been going to school for psychology. I like it. I don't love it as much as my writing and my podcast and doing these other things. I definitely love those things, and those are also a lot of work. But I was afraid if most of my time were going into those things, that that friends and family, or just even strangers, because I cared about what complete strangers thought about me too. I was afraid that they were going to think like I was lazy, or that I wasn't really doing much in life or with my life. And maybe they just didn't fully understand the new path that I'm on, and how difficult that is too. And it's not easy to publish a book and to make successful YouTube videos. Mine aren't that successful yet, but I don't know, maybe we'll get there someday. Make sure you subscribe, let me be frank. But anyway, and certain jobs I know we stay in. There's been a couple jobs, but I think about specifically one company that I used to work for, where I'm going up a hill. I obviously shouldn't have skipped my walk yesterday. I'm like heavy breathing. But anyway, so there was a company that I worked for, and the problem with it was it kind of set you up to fail. I hate to say that, but there was no way we were going to make all this money that was maybe promised. They would always say, oh, just work hard and you'll be successful, work hard and you'll make money. And that just, like, you'll make a lot of money. And that's not the case, because what happens is you work really hard on those things, and then they end up not working, and then they blame you. When you want to quit, they blame you that you didn't work hard enough. And you just know that's not goddamn true. You did work hard enough. The problem is it was set up to fail. There was just no way, the business model, that you were going to be successful. And there's some companies out there that are like that. And that's just something I wanted to get across too. That you may work hard and you may not see a lot of results, and people might blame you for wanting to walk away. But I think in certain situations where the business model is kind of failing you, I feel like it's good to cut your loss there. I'm going to take a quick break and read some comments. I saw some comments fly in. Sorry, I'm like so out of breath. There's so many hills here, and I didn't walk yesterday, so I'm like panting. Lirio says, aren't you tired? Yeah, I'm tired. I think I've done 2 miles so far. I tried to at least get my 5. I am a little tired, but just because it's hard, I'm not quitting. Tanisha sends hearts, love you. And I think that was it. Okay, so I'm trying to think of another. I feel like I had another one in my head before I go. When it came to quitting is for winners. I just think you end up just not wasting so much time, which I know earlier I said like, oh, it's not like you're wasting time, but sometimes it is. I think about my college program again, and how I was kind of forced to live in the state that I'm living in right now, because I had to get internship hours in this state. And if I wanted to, like, let's just say I got all those hours and like I did all my internships, I got my license, and I can practice. The problem is if I moved to another state, they would have, I wouldn't have been able to practice until I got extra internship hours, because every state was different. And I might not want to live in this state the rest of my life. So I felt very trapped. And I feel like that was just another sign of me being like, okay, like maybe this isn't for me. And me being out of that program, it wasn't 100% my choice anyway, but I feel like everything happens for a reason. That's a big thing that I believe in. And so far I've been much happier from, it's been hard to walk away from certain things, but what happens is when you change your direction, you can end up becoming a lot happier with the new things that you're doing and the new people that you're meeting, that you may not have ever pursued, or people that you may never have met if you weren't to change those certain paths. So I think that's going to be it for this morning. Thank you guys so much for joining. Also, comment below if you'd like to do a live 30-minute walk where we just kind of walk and listen to music and kind of work out a little quick morning workout. Let me know if you're interested. I won't be talking this much, so I'm not panting. And yeah, so have a great day. Let me know what days and times are best for you, so we can maybe get as many people on a time that you guys are available for. All right, take care. Bye.